Enoch. I work for esure Services. I've been with them for about 3.5 years now. I'm the optimization specialist there. We have lots of different customer journeys across different products. So my responsibility is some of those customer journeys, getting the roadmap up and running, getting the tests sorted, and then talking about the results to the wider business. It's been really good actually. They've been there the whole time that I've been at esure. They're really flexible and resilient to our change. So I think it's quite common in lots of businesses. We're always chopping and changing plans, and they're really flexible and they take it all on board. Recently our team have been chasing a new KPI. It's a new one for us, and they put together a whole bunch of tests, all data driven, and we've been running those tests, and already we've hit pretty much all of our target for the year in Q1. So if that's not value, I don't know what is. One of the more boring ones is just the organisation, so the documentation of things. We use one of their documents, the test plans internally, and I find that really useful. It's a good document and it helps us bridge the gap between some of the dev and QA if we're doing some stuff on our side and some stuff on their side, and it's a really slick process. I think that's helped me personally just with my own organisation. If I were to move elsewhere, I'd probably take that with me. Probably how flexible they are, just being able to change plans last minute and not hear any moans. Sometimes they will have done loads of work for us and then suddenly we're changing something because we've seen a new bit of data from one of our tests, or something from higher up has happened, and they're really good and they don't moan about it, and they just get stuck in, and I was quite impressed with that. We use REO for lots of different things. I'd say the thing I personally find of most value is their fresh perspective on test ideas, because I think when you're bogged down in the day-to-day internally, you don't always have that different perspective. So their ideas are really good, but also the qual testing they do for us. We do some remote user testing internally, but they do live sessions, and it just gives you that extra bit of context. And the way they run those sessions, but also summarise them, I find really useful. So a lot of my tests at the moment are using data from those sessions they've done for us. Really hands-on. I've never had to chase emails, or I never felt like I couldn't just pick up the phone or drop an email and it not be answered straight away. They're lovely people, very approachable, and I think the working relationship's really good. They get data from us sometimes and they fully understand it, but not just understand it, they utilise it, and it resonates in all the test ideas. If I've ever got a problem with things pulling through from our testing platform to our analytics platform, they're always really hands-on and know what to do, and they're really good at troubleshooting things. So yeah, overall I'd say that they're really capable and really good. I do think it's just a different level of data we just can't get internally. So yeah, we use tools to do qualitative research, but it's just another layer of it. But also the skill set they have to ask the right questions, but also the way they summarise it, so they'll present everything back in a really nice, concise way, which is very actionable for us, and it's something that we often share with the wider business as well. They are very organised. I'd say they're very innovative, so they're always thinking about new things that the industry are doing, but not just our specific industry, but what lots of other people in the digital space are doing. So as I mentioned before, there's always fresh ideas coming through we don't necessarily get internally. So they're quite well-rounded, I'd say. Really, really helpful, but also very detailed. So whenever we've lent on REO for QA, we'll always expect that they find absolutely every bug possible within the tier that we're asking them to do. They also have a very good relationship with our developers, so there's not so much of someone like me in the middle trying to communicate to both sides. They have a good communication with the whole team. We lean on them a lot for QA. We don't have a QA person in-house at the moment in our particular team, so they're really good at not only picking up the QA from the tests that they've developed, but also the tests that we've developed too. We do these big sort of test and learn sessions every quarter. They come along to those. We have ideation sessions with the whole team, which they're fully involved in. So they're really embedded in the actual process we have internally. And actually, we've been using them for so long now that everyone's very familiar with the name REO. It's not just an agency that we use for our small department. When we're talking to the wider business, they all know who REO are, and I think that's testament to how involved they've been in our whole CRO process. I would say a good ROI. They're valuable, but also very approachable, nice people and easy to work with, so best of both worlds.